India is set to host Russian President Vladimir Putin for a nearly 30-hour state visit, his first since the Ukraine war began in February 2022. The visit will coincide with the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit in 26 years, highlighting the long-standing diplomatic, economic, and strategic partnership between the two countries. The visit kicks off on Thursday, 4th December, with a private dinner hosted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his Lok Kalyan Marg residence. The dinner is a reciprocal gesture following PM Modi's visit to Moscow in July 2024. On Friday, 5th December, at 9 a.m., President Putin will be received at Rashtrapati Bhavan with a tri-service guard of honor. He will then visit Rajghat to pay tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. At 11 a.m., PM Modi and President Putin will hold the 23rd India-Russia Summit at Hyderabad House. Key announcements and agreements are expected across defense, energy, trade, technology, space, and strategic cooperation. The two leaders will also release a joint statement after their discussions. At 4 p.m., both leaders will address the India-Russia Business Forum, focusing on reshaping bilateral trade amid a recent surge in economic ties. President Murmu will host a state banquet at 7 p.m. to honor President Putin. The Russian president is scheduled to depart later that evening, concluding a high-profile visit aimed at strengthening ties across multiple sectors. President Putin emphasized the importance of elevating cooperation with India to a qualitatively new level, particularly in technology and economic collaboration. Behind the ceremonies is a clear economic reality. According to official data, bilateral trade in 2024-25 reached $68.7 billion. But India exported only $4.88 billion worth of goods to Russia, while importing $63.84 billion, largely crude oil, fertilizers, and raw materials. A trade gap of almost $60 billion is now the biggest concern for New Delhi. Indian exporters face more than 65 non-tariff barriers in the Russian market, especially for agricultural and marine products, making expansion extremely difficult.
So Russia has been a time-tested partner for India. To that extent, we've had long relationships over many years. I think to that extent, we are also very closely tied in terms of defense relationships, and we hope that that continues to strengthen. We will also look at further business relationships between industry in Russia and in India, but I think more importantly, it is a sign of strength of relationship between the two countries. The macros of India are very strong at this point of time. Inflation rates are lower than expected levels, corporate balance sheets are strong, growth is also fairly positive. I think all factors are showing with stable and low inflation levels. From industry, we do hope for a 25 basis points industry cut in interest rates.
In an unusually candid statement, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov acknowledged the imbalance.
So we have mentioned the issue of tariffs already. It's rather a question of bilateral relationship between India and the United States. We cannot interfere in that, and we don't have the slightest intention in doing that. And we understand that there is a pressure. There is a pressure over India, and actually this is the reason that we have to be very careful in creating an architecture of our relationship that must be free of any influence coming from third countries. We have to secure our relationship. We have to secure our trade that brings mutual benefit. So trade can be only beneficial for both sides. And if we earn from this bilateral trade, we have to continue it. But we have to secure it from pressure from abroad. So it's a complicated issue. But there are certain experiences in that field. And we have to continue. We know that India is a very sovereign country. India is very sovereign in defending its national interests. And we do admire this characteristic of India. And our country is also sovereign. And we're also very sensitive on this right of sovereignty. And we are very sensitive on not letting anyone interfering in our benefits, interfering in our national interests. Some companies are slowing down the purchase. Some companies are enlarging the purchase. The system is very flexible, and it responds to additional pressure from third countries very vividly and in a very sophisticated way. So we're looking forward for possibilities, despite everything, to ensure our right of selling oil and to ensure a right of those who want to purchase oil to ensure the right to buy our oil. So, and we are working on creating a necessary environment for ensuring these rights. This is what I can tell.
Several factors explain this shift. Diversifying imports. Russia now wants to increase purchases of Indian pharmaceuticals, machinery, chemicals, and agro-products, moving beyond a raw material heavy trading pattern. Sanctions pressure. With Western sanctions complicating payments and energy sales, Moscow wants a trade architecture that uses national currencies, reducing exposure to the US dollar and third country systems. Long-term strategic alignment. Russia sees India not just as an energy buyer, but a strategic economic partner, with cooperation expanding into nuclear technology, hydrocarbons, defense, and skilled labor. According to the MEA, the Labor Mobility Agreement, which enables Indian skilled and semi-skilled workers to take up jobs in Russia, is the single most important development of this visit. It is expected to ease workforce shortages in Russia's construction, healthcare, and hospitality sectors, while opening new, secure employment channels for Indian workers. This summit could recalibrate the India-Russia economic relationship, shifting from an oil-dominated imbalance to a more balanced, technologically driven partnership. Whether the nearly $60 billion trade gap narrows will depend on what both leaders agree today and how fast those decisions translate into action.